Okay, we are live. I got an email that I'm live. That's good, I guess. I'm also going to have a look at Discord over here. I'm going to work on my Geiger-Müller detector. Yeah, that's also a thing. I have too few screens, I think. It would be nice with one social screen where I can have any social interaction. Yeah, let's... I can have the monitor over there, I guess. Yeah, this is a later problem for when I want to switch which feed I'm using. But yeah, let's deal with that later. My streaming setup is a bit messy. Like I need to run a bunch of scripts, one script on the laptop for both for like making a multiplex so I get video to the laptop and then it will split it up, and so I see one locally there, and then I also send one over to the streaming machine. And currently on the streaming machine I'm using some screens essentially just as a placeholder for a video feed, which is not very nice. It would be much better to take these feeds and put them in V4L2 loopback devices, or use some other method like network streams or something in OBS to get them in there. So there is a lot of stuff that needs to be done to improve the state of this. But this will have to do for now. And the goal for this stream is to repair this broken Geiger-Müller counter. And it broke because I was real not careful, and I was handling this big resistor here. And this part of the resistor, now I'm looking over there because that's where I see the camera that sees this. But anyway, I accidentally got it in here through the grating, and it was a pretty loud pop. So I've ordered a new device that we have in here. But this one, I think, I'm going to double check, but I think this one runs at 300 volts. So that also means that we need to reflash the firmware on this thing. And we may need to adjust some detection levels as well, because it will be like a third of the voltage. So let's get into this box. Oopsie daisy. That's a shy knife. Looks metallic on there. Yeah, this is not the letters I'm used to. That's a cute little box. Speedy B. So much tape. Ah, it's boxes all the way. Oops. Oh no. Be careful. Very nice. So step 1 is to double check the voltage. Which I should do on my other computer, where I have eBay. Purchase history. So yeah, I guess we can put it over here for a little bit. $400 recommended, so that's around half of what my current power supply is. But now we know. So the next step is to make sure that we get this voltage. Okay, now it's getting confusing here. So this one has to go here. And I need to remember where I put this project. Is it 2 kV boost 2? There's a measure script there also. That's interesting. Maybe that's a good start. See what it will say. No, this is just like a calculation. So we're building using main.c. So I guess P is our error amplifier. $20.97, $29.50. Okay, that's not a relevant value. But I think we'll start it and measure it. just to see where it is right now. Then we can try to just change this value and see if we kind of half it, if it's a good one or not. But we also need to get a USB connector to upload a program to the controller. But I should have those things. That's one of the things I should have prepared before. Here is one. Let's see if it's long enough to reach the computer over here. Yeah, just might do. Just don't want to stumble on it. Yeah, that would work. Make sure it's the same potential here. And of course we need to disconnect the broken tube. We'll put it over here for now. And let's see. We should put the multimeter somewhere also. Like, oops, parasitic stuff clinging onto it. Something like that. Something like that, I think. It's upside down, isn't it? I guess it's better that you see it than that I see it. But clearly I should make it possible to switch my monitor feed, because I do have the monitor feed that I'm looking at right now there, but I don't have an easy way to switch it over to a different feed, because otherwise I could see this thing there. There we go, 1000 volts. So we should probably just start it without this thing first and see what it charges up to. So we need something to power this up with. 15 volts, that should be good. And just in case this one goes much higher than I want it to. Though I guess if we're measuring it here, can we just sort of make it stick there? No, of course not. Would be too easy. This is why I should get a little clamp for these. I do have little clamps, but they don't really fit here. I should have some nice adapter where I could just push this into a thing and turn it into a clamp. But I think maybe for now we can just try to get them to stick here. Something like that. I think it's more like that. That might work. — 400, 500, 600, 800. Is it going between 800 and 700? Not very stable and very fluctuating. What is the energy going into? Why is it losing it so fast? Is it just because of my measurement resistors. Or maybe it's because I'm measuring it with the voltmeter. That could be it. I think it might be a higher voltage when I'm not measuring it. I'm not sure we should keep this one in while programming it, just in case it does something funky. So let's see if we can. I wonder if I have this installed here. It seems like I have that. By name. Yeah, that is what I have on that thing, I think. Current here port.rts for reset, and for boot selection cs.cts. And something like that. B R. Oh yeah, the device as well. No, we have the device, but the device should be the final argument. B cs.ttr, R cs.rts, B 1,000,000. Serial by name, by ID. I guess that's the one I have. Okay, we have connection. Very good. So let's try. Let's just wing it a little bit. I think that half may be way too little. I think it's probably somewhere in between. But I'm just guessing. So let's use like 1800 perhaps. And then we need to make and upload it. Boost to kv.elf. Larger than flash space. Oh yeah, not the elf file, it's the bin file. That was slow. Is it that big? Is, 2 kilobytes? Ah, that's weird. So is it running now? Is it blinking? I don't see it blink. Let's restart it. It's not outputting anything. Maybe this is not at all the correct firmware for this thing. Okay, it seems to be something I've been putting into some log. Uh-huh. Come on. I wanted to see if how the dates here are. These are all 2022, while those are older. But is this thing blinking? Is it blinking an LED? It doesn't look like it is blinking an LED. Yeah, that's weird. Did I call this something else? Geiger counter. That's just a schematic. Yeah, this thing doesn't seem to do anything. It seems to be unfinished. But I think I should probably have. I mean, I should have something that would like a clue I could search for. I'm pretty sure we'll have an adc.h. So if we search in C files that are called main.c, and we search for adc.h, are these all the things we find in the projects directory? Tweezer meter, artsy lamps, generic trash can board, macro pad. Main.c. This looks the same. I don't even see anything about an LED here. Unless it's hidden in here. That seems weird. Though this project name, we should be able to find that somewhere. I wonder if I can have this project somewhere completely different, but where would that be? Like some ancient directory from some laptop somewhere. In such a case, it may be in authoritative repository projects. Here we have something, Geiger test. Okay, here we have main.c. Oh, this looks way more interesting. Yeah, this looks more correct. So, what is the voltage it says? Oh, I have a whole command system for it too. That's nice. Start with 1000 volts. Okay, so set it to 400 volts or maybe 420. Not trying to make a joke here, but if recommended operating is 400 and we have slightly above it, but we're still not up in the top, that seems reasonable. Can I make the click volume louder? I don't remember how loud it can be. So it's to this timer, but this timer, what's its max value? Click PWM top, which is whatever that is. So yeah, let's have it a bit louder. All right, so we make this. We SDM, I guess we don't SDM it over there because we don't have it there. But we have it there. What? Oh. What did it build as? Geiger test. Why is it so slow? I thought this was usually like super fast. It's blinking the way it should be now. That voltage seemed a bit high. So it overshot it first, then it went down. It doesn't seem to have very stable regulation. It reacts to the capacitive coupling here. Seems to stay at 330-ish, but we can probably try that and see if that works. So if we try to get this cable out of here, which should be very easy with something to snip it with. Here we go. Disconnect that cable there. Just peel it up a bit here. And then we try to carefully attach it to the sensor. We'll have the positive one sticking up a bit, so it doesn't touch the conductive mat, because then it will just discharge. So we'll put the sensor there, like that, a bit in the air. Is it also in the view? Let's put it there, perhaps. Then we'll hook it up. And turn that off for now. Guess we can use this space for this thing. So let's power it up and see what happens. Seems to be working. Might be slightly low voltage. We can try it with a source. Here we have a welding rod. I'm also going to put the microphone down there because I don't know if it can be heard well. Take out the 4-rated tungsten rod. Seems to be working well. Oops. Come on, you rod, stay there. Like that. So now we have a working Geiger-Meter again, but now it's very fragile. It really needs to be put in some sort of safe, well, for various degrees of safe container. But it's also like the more you shield it in, the harder it is to measure things that where you want a big surface area for picking up particles. I do have something I do want to test that I'm suspicious about. It's from an old butane lantern, and I don't know if it uses thoriated mantles or not. So I'm going to take one of those mantles and see if it's radioactive. I should probably put the pieces into something and then put that thing, turn this one around. Might be an idea. I'm going to clean up a little glass tray that we can use for this. Hopefully I can avoid breeding this. I'm also going to have a quick look here. Very nice. So let's see. So in this box I have this. I guess it's hard to see, but it's the lantern in here. And in the lantern I saw that there was this mantle that I don't know what sword mantle it is. And I really don't want to be breeding radioactive ashes. So let's see if we can show what's inside here. So maybe it can be seen that there is like a white lantern, or sorry, like a mantle in there. So we need to get that out in a safe manner. I can see that there are pieces of mantle. Not here. There are pieces of mantle on this knob here. So let's start by just checking out this knob. That sounded weird. I guess we can probably disconnect the USB cable for now. Now to handle this high voltage thing without shorting it out. Doesn't sound very angry. But let's see if we can get some of this stuff down on this plate here. Oh, this dust is going everywhere. It's on my fingers. Knocking on it probably is better. Cat, don't be here. Alright. So if this is radioactive, I'm going to just go and clean all this off, because I don't want to deal with this. Yeah, that for sure is pretty hot. Dang it. Just what I was worried about. But at least now I know that I can verify that I've cleaned this off properly. Which I will do, not exactly right now, but kinda soon. But I want to clean my hands first. I don't know what the best way to deal with that stuff is. Like, the most important bit is that you don't ingest it. It's fine to have it on your skin, but of course if you have it on your skin, the risk that you ingest it increases. But you don't want to just like take the compressed air and blow it out and breathe it all in. But I'm going to, before I clean it up, I just put it back in the bin for now. Now I'm going to check some stuff online and see what's a good way to deal with it. But I am happy that I now have a working meter again, and I got immediate use. I could verify that there was a potential danger there. I see white fibers there. I really don't like that. Well, that's just a little bit more than background. But I'm going to take some wet piece of tissue and wipe it off. So that's probably the best way to deal with like very small amounts of dust. But yeah, I'm happy that I got it to work again. I'm sad that I now have radioactive mess to deal with. Also, this thing, I need to make sure that the cat doesn't crush my new sensor. No cats on the lab bench. You hear? Well, anyway, I guess it's a good thing this is a short stream because, or like it became a short stream because things went fairly smooth. I could have spent hours troubleshooting some weird little thing, but it worked with the lower voltage. I didn't have to adjust any of the analog comparator settings or anything. And I got to make sure that my streaming setup it's still pretty crappy, but it's another step in the right direction, I would say. So thank you all for checking this out, and have a good evening.